Hello, I'm Courtney. What's up? And today I'm going to be talking about my writing plans for 2017. So last year I started writing. I wrote 2 books last year. The first book that I wrote was The Dark Queen, and I worked on that from January to June of 2016. And then I recently just finished my second book, GOODREADS, and I worked on that from July to December. And through writing those 2 books, I realized how much I love to tell stories and to create my own worlds. Both of those books are very different, but they were both so special to me, and I had such a fun time writing them. And so I'm obviously planning on writing even more stuff this year, so that's why I'm making this video to talk about the stuff that I hope to write this year. So what I'm currently doing right now, I'm currently not working on anything new. What I'm actually doing is editing GOODREADS, which I wasn't planning on doing. Like, I was gonna edit GOODREADS one day, right? But I just wasn't going to do it when I finished the book. But I've edited like 150 pages of it. You see, when I finished The Dark Queen back in June, I edited like maybe 3 chapters of it, and then I just stopped because I really didn't feel like editing it. And besides, I don't even think I'll ever edit The Dark Queen because I just don't feel like it, and I don't feel like going back to that world. But GOODREADS, on the other hand, I love GOODREADS, and when I finished writing it, I was like, I immediately just wanted to jump back into that world. And there were few things in my first draft of GOODREADS that were nagging me, so I started a second draft of the book. What I'm basically doing is I saved my original draft of GOODREADS, but I just gave it a new title, so it just says GOODREADS Draft 2, and I've gone right back to chapter 1, and I'm editing my way through the whole entire book, and let me tell you, it's been so much fun. I didn't realize how much fun editing would be, but at the same time, it's very stressful. Like, to me, personally, I find editing GOODREADS much more harder than writing the actual book. And I think I feel that way because I've just made so many changes to the original draft. Like, if you compare the 2 drafts, my first draft and second draft, it's like they're 2 completely different stories because there are things that happen in the first draft that are no longer happen in the second draft. Or the stuff that's happening in the second draft that didn't happen in the first draft. And it's so complicated, but at the same time it's really fun. Editing is a blast. Not really, it's very stressful. But that's what I've been doing lately, just working on GOODREADS Draft 2, and I hope to be done editing the draft by, not the end of this month, but maybe end of February, because I have a long way to go, and I have lots of changes to make. But my goal is hopefully maybe end of February, beginning of March. I'm looking to that. But once I finish editing GOODREADS, then there's 2 things that I can do, because when I finish editing GOODREADS, then I'm gonna start working on writing another book, and I have like 2 ideas in mind. 1, writing a contemporary novel, or 2, start working on GOODREADS the sequel. Now, I love contemporary books. I have read many contemporary books, but I've read so many where they're all just kind of the same in a way. Like, most contemporary books that I read are about a boy and a girl meeting, falling in love, then a bunch of drama happens, and then they either like break up or something bad goes wrong, but in the end they get together and it's adorable. And I love that stuff. But when I think of myself writing a contemporary book, I don't want something like that. I want my contemporary book to stand out and be different. I love the idea of writing a contemporary book, but at the same time, it's like, I've never been in love before. I've never been in a relationship, so I feel like it would be really hard for me to write that type of stuff into a contemporary, since contemporaries are mainly about romance and people falling in love and seeing relationships grow. And I really haven't had that in my life. I just feel like for me it would be really hard to make the love between the 2 characters I would have in that contemporary book to make their love look realistic, because I have a big issue. One of my biggest issues with contemporary books is when the characters who are getting together and falling in love, when their love doesn't seem realistic. I have a big issue with that, and I don't want that to happen in my contemporary book, if I ever wrote one, I want their love to seem real and to make it look like that this would happen in real life. And since I've never been in love before, I just feel like my contemporary book just wouldn't feel that way. But there's that idea. So we have the contemporary book idea. And then we have idea number 2, which is to work on Golden Death's book 2. Now, I must say, I'm leaning more towards this idea, mainly because I've already written book 1 and 2. I love my Golden Death squad. I love all the characters, and I have just so many ideas forming inside my head where I just want to open my computer right now and start Golden Death the sequel. And I feel like there's just so much more to expand in that universe because the Golden Death universe is huge and there's just so much that I want to explore, and there's so many little things that are mentioned in Golden Death that I want to expand on and make those important. Like, there's little things that you don't realize are important, but they're gonna come into play in book 2, and I just want to write that stuff out. I hate to say it, but I'm leaning more towards writing Golden Death the sequel now, just talking about it. Now I literally now just want to start the draft. But I really want to write a contemporary book. I don't know how to narrow my ideas down to one idea because I have so many. But I just don't know how to pick one because there's so many things that I want to do. And then there's also so many ideas that I have with Golden Death's book too, but like, I can make all those things happen. Like, if I wrote a contemporary book, it would just be a standalone. But Golden Death is probably, I'm gonna say for now, Golden Death is probably gonna just be a duology. But I think that's all I have to say for my writing plans. I might not do any of the stuff I said in this video. I might not even write a contemporary book or Golden Death's book 2. I might do something completely different, but I doubt that. I honestly think I'm gonna write Golden Death's book 2. Let's be real here. I'm betting money on it. But I hope you all enjoyed this video though. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I am Courtney, and I'll see y'all next time with a new video up soon. So I will see you then. So bye! Yo!